Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Thank you so much for clicking on my video and thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for your support. And in today's video, I'm going to talk about something very crucial and something that I needed to address because I've seen a lot of foreigners telling me, wow, Rose, hospitals in China are so expensive. And like, I really believed that hospitals in China are very expensive until I came to realize that, wait, are they actually very expensive? Alright, so there was a time that one of my friends got into an accident. What happened is, like, he was riding a bike and he overturned and he kind of broke his back and he broke his back and he broke his arm. His back, his arm and his legs. So he was in a really terrible accident, and what happened is my friend had to go to the hospital and he stayed in the hospital for a long time. He had to do some surgery. He went through surgery. He had gone through the hospital, like he stayed in the hospital for like a month or so. And let me tell you something, after that, the billing when it came, it was like 100,000 renminbi, and that was so much money. And we're like wondering how are we gonna pay that? And like, we were really panicking, like, how are we going to pay that? Because that's a lot. 100,000 renminbi, that's like a lot of money for a student. Whether you're like on a scholarship or something, that was totally a lot of money. So yeah, he was in the hospital for a long time and he had to do surgery. He had to go through a lot of operations to fix his back, to fix his arm, to fix his leg, because he got an accident on a motorbike. And this is something very common to a lot of foreigners in China. Like, some foreigners will just get this type of accident because maybe they are coming from the club, they are driving and they cannot control their bike, or randomly you can just get an accident on the road. So this is what happened to my friend, and we had to bill like 100,000 health expenses for him because he was in the hospital for that long, for like a month, and he had gone through operations. But what happened is, when we found out that the bill was 100,000, we called the school, like, oh yeah, our friend has gone through the hospital and he has to pay like 100,000 because he's lucky he was on scholarship. We called the supervisor, and the school supervisor like, oh no, it's not a problem because all the CSC students, like Chinese government scholarship students, have medical insurance. He doesn't have to worry, he doesn't have to panic. So yeah, the school came through for my friend, and literally from 100,000 renminbi health bill to zero. Like, he literally just needed to pay for like the food that he ate in the hospital because the food was from their cafeteria. So that's all he was supposed to pay. He actually ended up paying. But we panicked at the beginning because we had to call our parents, like, how are we gonna help our friend? We even tried to create donation for him, but it was not gonna come through because it was 100,000, you know. So from that day, I realized that, whoa, actually, for students who are in CSC scholarship, they are covered. They can get they are actually covered by medical insurance. We didn't know about that. And a lot of foreigners don't know that they have that medical insurance because, okay, apart from maybe you hardly get sick in China, also you just don't know this information because maybe, like, who goes to the health section until when you're really sick. So that's what happened to our friend, and that's when we realized that actually you are covered by medical insurance as a student if you have a scholarship. So a lot of other foreigners don't have the medical insurance because they are like self-supported student. And what happens to a self-supported student if you don't register with any medical insurance company? That means when you go to the hospital, you will actually have to pay a lot of money for any major operation. Like, you have to pay a lot of money, and that's the reason why a lot of foreigners start feeling like it's actually very expensive for medical expenses in China. Also, another story that I had is I heard that operations and surgery are very costly in China. However, if you have medical insurance, it could help you out with that. Also, on the other hand, if it's a really severe situation, you'll end up paying a lot of money. But what comes through is you need to register with a certain medical insurance company so that always when you have, like, you're sick, you are always on the safe side. You don't have to pay like all of a sudden a big huge amount of money. So why are they actually expensive? Definitely health should be expensive because, like, all the things that, like, everything that you have to be using in the hospital, like, are the facilities and all that, it should be expensive. But in China, it's kind of free because when you have the medical insurance, they will come through for you. It's not like in the state. I had, like, in the state, it's very expensive. Even when you have a medical insurance, like, it gets very expensive because medical doctors in the States get paid more, but in China, a medical doctor doesn't really get paid that much. It's just an ordinary career. And for that reason, it could be a little bit more like cheaper. For example, like just physician consultation or just seeing a doctor in China, just for consultation, you need to pay for about like 12 yuan, and that's just for seeing the doctor. And so what happens is when foreigners go to the hospital, the doctor makes sure that they go through all these examination and they go through the whole process just to know that they are really, really fine. And at the end of the day, you have to pay. You end up paying a lot of money, but if you have a medical insurance, as I said earlier, you will be sorted out, like you'll be covered. But if you don't have a medical insurance, that means you are going to be in trouble. So what I urge is all for foreigners, if you're coming to China, do make sure you register with a certain medical insurance company so that you're always on the safe side whenever you're going to be like sick or having a major medical complication or something like that. But overall, the conclusion is that medical insurance is the first thing that is the way to go. Like you should register with a medical insurance company. And the other thing is it's not expensive as we put it, but the problem is when you don't have a medical insurance, then definitely you have to pay for everything that you're supposed to. And mostly when you go to the hospital, the doctor will make you do all the extra examination, all the extra like they put you through this trouble just to make sure that you're really, really fine. Even just that you just had a small tiny problem, they put you through all this examination just to make you sure that you're fine. That's how you end up paying a lot of money. But then it's even worse when you don't have a medical insurance. So it's medical expenses, health expenses in China expensive. It's not that expensive, but do make sure you register yourself with a certain medical insurance company. Okay, thank you so much for all those who had made me gave me contribution about this, because I've had to ask a number of my friends. And thank you so much for watching this video. Until my next video, I will urge you guys to stay humble, stay positive, and work hard towards your goals. So goodbye.